Welcome back to Invincible Jacksons. My name is Tori. If you are new here, I basically use this channel as an outlet to show my appreciation for the Jackson family and as a way to help keep their legacy alive. Now, it has been a minute since I have been in this particular setting behind this camera, but I am excited to be back because I am going to talk about the annual Michael Jackson birthday celebration. This is something that is so amazing. I've only been once, but I plan to go as long as they keep it going. This year is going to be special as Michael will be 65 if he was still here. So it is a milestone year, and it's not going to be any just regular old birthday celebration. I think they're going to step it up a notch. Like I said, it's an annual event, but one thing is not many people know how to attend. And that was me once before. But if that is you and you would like to celebrate Michael Jackson's birthday this year, keep watching and stay tuned so you can learn how. All right, if you are not familiar with the Michael Jackson birthday celebration, it's basically an annual celebration that happens every year in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it is held where the MJ1 Cirque du Soleil show is. So it'll be at the Mandalay Bay. And this celebration is hosted by the Michael Jackson Estate. It's organized by the Michael Jackson Estate. And it's really cool because, they have different events that you can attend. And they also invite like special guests and stuff. And, that could be people who worked with Michael, danced with Michael, toured with him. Sometimes his family is there. So it's a really, really fun event, and it's one of the more affordable ones from what I heard. And I can see why, and I'll get into that in a little bit later. But I guess to kind of like give you guys a more in-depth look, I'll tell you about my experience from last year. And as I said before, in the intro, I didn't know how this event worked. In fact, I didn't even know this thing was a thing until 2021. Now, mind you, they have been doing this since 2013, so I've been living under a rock or something. I don't know. But for me, what helped me was the fact that I had a friend who went before. So she was able to give me the ins and outs and how everything worked and all that. So she kind of helped me prepare. So that's one thing I would suggest is if you know somebody who's went, ask them questions, reach out to them. I've had some people already reach out to me and everything, but I wanted to do a video, do this video to give an overall description of how everything works. So along with having my friend helping me out and everything, the Facebook groups help. So the Michael Jackson Facebook groups help. A lot of them have went before. There's a group of fans who go every single year, so they know. And I think there's one called the Michael Jackson Vegas trip or something, and it's specifically for I think MJ week for one, and then for this birthday celebration. So I'll probably link that group in the description or share it with y'all somehow. If y'all want it, I can send you a link or something. So I recommend get involved in the Facebook groups if you're comfortable. And also you need to know about the event page. This event page is organized by the Michael Jackson Estate, and you can find it on Facebook under the official Michael Jackson page, but I'm gonna give you the direct link because it's kind of confusing how to find it. And the reason why you need to have this is because it gives you all the details, what the events are going to be, when they're going to be, how you can attend, because some of them have special, you have to sign up in advance in order to go. So for me, I think I found out about the celebration, or the details of the celebration for the specific year I went in April. Same with this year. I think I even found out about the details even earlier this year. So that's good to know as early as possible for future reference, so travel plans, what you need to do. So how the events worked last year, It was a 2-day celebration, and that's something that they recently started back in 2021. And on the first day is where they have like all like a bunch of events, and the second day it's like something smaller, but I'll get into that. And this year is going to be a little bit different, but it's going to have the same stuff. I'm excited about this year, so I can't wait to talk about that. But the way it worked is that, like, or the schedule of events worked is, you know, we get to the Mandalay Bay, like outside the MJ1 theater, and, you know, we were like waiting there. And so I think our event started at like 2:30 or something like that. And the first event was in the MJ1 theater. Now, in order to get into these events, you have to have a ticket to the show, to the MJ1 show that night, or like basically either one of the days of the birthday celebration. So last year was August 28th and August 29th. So we had to have a ticket to the show either one of those days in order to get into the event. Now this particular one, the first one, I don't remember them checking for tickets, so you might be able to get in there without it. It could be different this year. I still say play it safe and get a ticket to the show if you can. So the event was a special guest Q&A. We had a special showing, like we watched something, and then there was a special performance from the MJ1 cast. So when we first got in there, they gave us note cards to write our questions down for the special guests. And, you know, we just kind of waited, mixed, mingled, met new fans and stuff, or just met people we haven't met before. And they started off by showing us a documentary, and it was the Making of Thriller documentary. And that's another thing. If there's a special anniversary or something's coming out, you know, that year, that's what the theme of the celebration will be for that year. So Thriller 40 last year was the thing, and so they talked a lot of thrillers, a lot of thriller stuff that we saw. And after we saw the Making of Thriller documentary, they brought the Q&A guests out, and it was Greg Fillinganes. Now Greg Fillinganes worked with Michael for so many years, but he specifically talked about you know, working with him during the Thriller era and stuff. And you know, he talked about other things as well, but he shared some stories, some stuff I like, funny stories I haven't even heard. Now the thing about that is it was only like 45 minutes, so they weren't able to get to everyone's questions, so keep that in mind. And then after that, they did the special performance from the MJ1 cast, and they did a song that's not in the show at all. So sorry, spoiler alert, they did The Girl Is Mine. And The Girl Is Mine is not in the show, but it was a really good performance. Like, it had this like cool little storyline to it. And the Q&A and the special performance is actually on the Michael Jackson Facebook page and YouTube channel, because they live stream both of them, which is something I think is cool that they did for people who couldn't make it. And I hope they keep it up. I hope they do it again. And so after that, following that, they did their annual Michael Bush book signing for the King of Style book. And you know, I've never done a book signing before, so I didn't know how it was gonna go. I was kind of like, you know, I wanted to do it and everything. I thought I had to buy the book and then like take it with me on an airplane to get there, but no, like it's not even in print anymore, so you can't even get it off of Amazon unless somebody, it's like a secondhand seller, like a third party is selling it or something. But they actually have the book in the MJ1 store, so you can go there, grab the book, and then hop in line. So it was literally such an awesome experience. Michael Bush, so kind, very, very humble. I didn't have anything planned on topic to say. I didn't know what to say. Like, I was just overwhelmed by everything. I was like, oh my goodness, it's so cool. And, you know, he really kept the conversation going. He took his time, like it wasn't rushed. It was so nice. So I recommend, you know, doing the book signing. They do it every year. They're doing it again this year. And then after that, you know, we kind of mixed, mingled, And that's another thing I noticed, like a lot of fans just kind of like lingered, even if they weren't doing the book signing, or if they already went through the line. They just kind of lingered and talked, and it's just a great way to meet new fans and make new friends and stuff. I have made a lot of connections just from that, going to the birthday event last year alone. It is amazing. So after that, we headed to like the lobby before you get into the MJ1 theater, and we did the meet and greet. Now this one they did check for tickets for. I remember they check your ticket and they make sure you have it the day of either days of the celebration, and then they let you in. Now in here, you can meet the special guests. So Prince was in there, Rich and Tone, Jamie King, members from the estate. So I remember seeing John Branca, and Karen Langford was there. She was there quite a bit. I think I only saw John Branca for that meet and greet. And then they also have cupcakes. They have a cake. I don't remember nobody eating no cake. I don't know if it was just there for show, or maybe it was just like the special guests or the cast ate the cake. But they had these nice little cupcakes, and I didn't eat one, and I regret that. But this year I'm gonna get me a cupcake. I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna eat more this time. So they also have like free like little refreshments, like drinks and stuff. So after that, they like move everybody out back into like out there in the hallway and everything, because they were preparing for the first show of the night. So here's another thing. There is a specific show. You don't have to. Well, we didn't have to go to this specific show, but there is a specific show that people, that the fans want to go to. So last year it was on the first day of event, so the 28th, and it was at 7 o'clock. So it was the first show of the night, and that's where everybody was. So, and I noticed like the energy was real hype. I don't know. Like I'll get into the second show that I went to, but the energy was real hype. There's literally no bad seat. Wherever you sit, it's amazing. Like there's people coming from the ceilings, flying in on these. I don't want to spoil too much. It's a really good show. So if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. But I was just singing and dancing. They don't let you record, but I think it's cool because it lets you be there in the moment and you're not trying to like record everything. So it was really, really fun. And then, after that day's event is over. But the next day, and this is why I mentioned you might have to sign up for some stuff, was the brunch. Now, this is the second year they did the brunch. And they had it on his actual birthday, so August 29th. And I think it's limited to, I can't remember how much it's limited to, but the first week of August last year, they put out this Google form for you to sign up. So you sign up with your first and last name, and then I think your email and how many people are in your group total. But once it reaches capacity, they close that link. So you have to like be on it and paying attention. So thankfully, I made it through, and I was like, oh my goodness, thank God, because I almost missed it if I would have slept longer. Now this brunch, y'all, it is amazing. Like, they fed us well. They had like French toast, eggs, oatmeal. You customize the oatmeal. They had bagels that you can. It was a lot. They had mimosas. They had somebody making like lattes and coffee and stuff. Ice cream at 9 o'clock in the morning. Like, it was so cool. They didn't have you eating off of paper plates. They had these glass plates with forks and everything. And they had workers coming around and picking up your plates and stuff when you were done. And it was free. All you needed was that ticket and to one of the shows and show that you were going. And you had to be signed up and on the list to make it in. And then I think they do accept walk-ins. Yeah, I think they did accept walk-ins. So that brunch, I was like, oh my goodness. And since it was celebrating, the Thriller album and the anniversary, they had recertified the album, updated the certifications, and they presented plaques. And I think PYT, I gotta remember, it was like, I'll put the picture in here or something, or like the clip. But for sure, Billie Jean went diamond. I think BDAY might have went diamond. I can't even remember. Like, I had it. It's like gone from my head. But it was so cool. Like, we got to see that. We got to see that in the presentation and everything. And I was just like, I'm literally watching history go down right in front of me. What in the world? It was crazy. But yeah, it was fun. Like, mix, mingle. Prince was there again. Rich and Tone were there. Even people who weren't necessarily like specifically invited by the estate, they show up. Like Bill Whitfield was there. The night before. No. I think Big Al was there both days as well. So it's really fun, and the special guests are very humble. They're very kind. They'll talk to you. Like they're just super cool. It's a really good, fun, very, very positive event, and I'm excited to go back this year. So let's get into this year and what's going on. So right off the bat, if you've seen me and Gadgetrish lives recently, we've been talking about this birthday celebration and the double milestone year. So like I said, the first thing is MJ1 turned 10 a couple days ago actually, and it's been going for 10 years. So they just celebrated the 10-year anniversary, and then Michael would be 65. He would be turning 65 this year. So it's like, that's a milestone. That's a milestone age right there. So I'm like, wonder, are they going to do something big? Are they going to do something like the Diamond Celebration? Like, what are they going to do? So back in April, they announced the Sapphire Celebration. They're calling it the Sapphire Celebration this year. So right off the bat, you can tell it's going to be a little bit more special. Or they're going to do different things this year. So let's get into some of those, what those things are. So it's only going to be a one-day event this year. And they're kicking it off with the 3rd annual birthday brunch at 10 a.m. on August 29th. And it says reservation only. So I'm assuming it's going to be kind of like the same way how it was last year. They're not giving any details as to when you can reserve it. So maybe we'll find out more then. And then at 2 p.m., the doors open for the afternoon's activity in the theater with the annual Michael Bush book signing immediately after, and it's open to everyone. Yep, so that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think you had to have a ticket for the theater, for the events in the theater, and you didn't have to have one for the book signing. I still say though, play it safe and get a ticket, because I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so it looks like they're probably gonna do, maybe they didn't necessarily specify like a special performance or a Q&A or a special like screening or anything like that, but it could be the same. Who knows? They'll probably give us more updates as it gets closer. And then after the Michael Bush book signing at 5:30, it is the pre-show meet and greet, and it is open to ticket holders for both performances of MJ1 on August 29th. So yes, definitely have your ticket for that one. And then it says check back for updates on the details for each of the above. Other activities may be created for fans as part of the Sapphire Celebration, but the day for those, days for those if they happen, is not yet determined. Check back for that information. Updates will be provided as soon as possible. So, we waited a little bit. And then in June 16th, they gave us an update. And they said, extra special event added. On August 27th, 28th, in the morning of August 29th, the estate and Sony Music will be hosting a special immersive event to kick off the Blue Sapphire Celebration. It will feature specific album and song-focused experiences, interactive elements, and social and photo opportunities, and will be held in a space near the MJ1 Theater. For more information on the location, exact hours of operation, and how to reserve a place for a specific time slot on a specific date will be coming soon. When I tell y'all, when I found out they was doing more immersive experiences, I screamed. My dramatic self screamed. I was like, oh my goodness, because I saw how they did the Thriller 40 one in New York, and I was like, I should have been there. And so finally they're doing it, and I'll be able to go. And I'm not sure, I don't think it's going to be Thriller 40 themed. It's like they didn't give specifics. I feel like it could be a broader range of, different eras, different albums. Could have all his stuff, who knows? But I'm excited. And the way they did the immersive experience in New York for Thriller 40, all you had to do was sign up. It was free. But they also had like a store where you can buy merch and everything. So I'm curious to know if they're gonna have specialty made merch for it. It's so much. I'm just waiting for more updates and everything. That's another thing. A merch. So the MJ1 store. The MJ1 store was, oh my goodness. It was every MJ fan. It's like MJ fan heaven, especially for collectors. There's so much stuff in there. Like they have different, I'm actually wearing one of the shirts right now. They have different shirts in there, jackets. They have his music, so like CDs. They have vinyl records. They even have some autographed. They had an autographed vinyl and an autographed Dangerous CD. It was expensive. I think that autographed Dangerous CD is like $4,500. It's crazy. But like, if you got it and your finances sit pretty, do with that information what you want. But last year, I will say they didn't have everything. I don't think the shipments were coming in, or something happened, or they were getting ready to bring in new stuff, so they didn't have too much stuff. I recently saw like a video and pictures of people who went during MJ week, and they updated it, and they got some good stuff. Oh, I can't wait to get there and buy all them records. I cannot wait to get there. I am so excited for this year. One of my hopes is that they give us like some sort of keepsake, specifically for it being the Sapphire Celebration, for it being like a milestone year. I was hoping maybe like a swag bag, goodie bag, maybe like, a t-shirt to take with us or something. Last year they gave us a commemorative ticket, and I think that's what they did years past. I think that's something that they just do. And it was really cool. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it had like him in Smooth Criminal. It's like matte finish. It's super cool. And then like he's shiny. Then on the back it has like words on there and stuff. And it says commemorative ticket, birthday celebration, August 28th and the 29th, 2022, 7:00 p.m. And it says, it's an adventure. It's a great adventure. We want to take them places they've never seen before. We want to show them talent like they've never seen before. We are putting love back into the world to remind the world that love is important. Love each other. We are all one. And that's the whole MJ1 thing. And he said that on This Is It, if y'all remember that, but that's what he said on This Is It when they were preparing for that and putting that show together. And that's another thing. This year, I don't know, I can't remember if I mentioned it. I gave so much information, but if I haven't, the show to be at this year is the August 29th show at 7:00 p.m. That's the show that everybody's going to be at. Because if they do anything like they did for the Diamond Celebration, after that show ended, at like around 9 o'clock, they had like this big party and they had a DJ there, and you know, they had all their special guests and stuff. So keep that in mind. 7 o'clock show on August 29th, and that is on a Tuesday. Now, me personally, last year I went to the show that everybody was going to, and then I ended up going to another show. Like, I ended up buying another ticket on his actual birthday, and I bought the last show of the night, so it was like 9 o'clock on August 29th, and the energy was different. You can tell that the first night I went, like, it was just a whole bunch of fans in there. Like, we were singing along and stuff. And then when it came for the second show that I went to, I don't know, like, me and my friend was the only one singing, and I was just like, why ain't y'all singing? Okay, whatever. But it's a cool show. Like, even if you're not able to go to the birthday event, I recommend just going in general. I feel like it's something that Michael would love. The effects are amazing. You will cry. I was ready to get out my seat and just, you will see when you go, if you haven't been yet. Another thing that I also had that's kind of like commemorative thing, you have to buy it. So before you go in, they have like these paparazzi, and it goes along with the storyline of the show. And so they pose you and they take your pictures and everything, and then they hand you this card. They're like, here's this card, give it to us after the show, and then you can get your photos. And you know, I'm thinking, like, if these photos free, they weren't free. So they come in like this little album thing that says Michael Jackson won Cirque du Soleil. And then last year I went with my mom and my aunt. They need to update this year, because these pictures keep sliding out. But I went with my mom and my aunt. So this is us. I don't know if you can see it, see what I mean? It just fell out. It just fell out. They gotta fix that. And then it also has the date of your show, and it says Michael Jackson won Cirque du Soleil. So I believe this was $52. It's great for the keepsake. It's definitely great for the keepsake. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just get it. I'm gonna just buy it. So that is it for today's video. I really hope I didn't miss any information. If you have any more questions, put them in the comments down below. Or, you know, like, you can message me or anything. But yeah, I hope to see more. I'm trying to recruit a whole bunch of, like, you know, my MJ fam to go this year. I'm like, you know, you should go. You should really go. So I could meet more of, you know, the online MJ fan community. When I tell you, it's a great way for y'all to meet fans. It is. Everybody's so nice. Everybody's so welcoming. I was nervous because, you know, my mom and my aunt, they respect the Jacksons, but they're not like mega fans like me. You know, they like the Jacksons music and stuff, but you know, for me, it's kind of like I was like by myself, if that makes sense, because, you know, they went to go eat during some of, like, I think after the first events in the theater, they went to go eat. So yeah, I was just like kind of by myself. But even before I reached the Mandalay Bay, I already had like homies that I was with. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing. But if you want like a more in-depth look, or, you know, more details of how my event went, I did a vlog, and I also did a story time. So check those out after this if you want. Feel free. Oh, I am forgetting something. This is gonna be a long video, but while you're in Vegas, there are some things that you can do once those events end. So I know for me last year, I was like, I don't want this to end. Like, I don't want to stop my Michaeling. So you can either go see a second show of MJ1. I know some people went to go see the MJ Live tribute show. I think they have another tribute show there. I think it's called Michael Jackson Evolution or MJ Evolution or something. I don't know if it's still going, but I heard about it. We also went to the Venetian, which held one of his all-time favorite stores called the Regis Gallery. If y'all remember him in that one man's documentary, and he was buying all that stuff, so I'm like, yoo-hoo, did I get this one? That's the store. Now they don't allow filming. They don't allow pictures. However, the lady that was helping us out, she was so kind, and she let us take a picture. Like she watched us to make sure we were taking a picture of what she allowed us to, and it was just so nice. Like the staff there, so kind. They respect Michael Jackson. They respect the fans. So that's a great place that you can go to. I wanted to buy something, just to be like, oh, I bought something from Michael Jackson's favorite store, but I couldn't afford some of that stuff. I was just like, So I was like, dang. But like when my friend was getting her stuff at the front, I was like, I wish I could have got something. And I looked, they had these business cards. I said, let me just grab 2 of these just to say I was there, y'all. But hopefully this year I can get something. I'm trying to see what else. We also went to we tried to go to the Monte Cristo house, which is the first house he lived in and rented when he came back to the US in 2006. But I think we went the wrong way because we couldn't get in. So we ended up going to the Palomino house, which is the second house. And it was hot out there, so we was only there for a little bit. And then we also went to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and they had Michael Jackson's wax figure. It's supposed to be from the Bad era, but I'm gonna be honest, y'all, it didn't look. But still, it was cool to experience just seeing all the wax figures and stuff. Like they had Snoop Dogg, they had Stevie Wonder's wax figure there. Oh my goodness, it was like, I was like, this is so cool. It was like spot on, like braids and all. It was so cool. So check that out. And then they also had handprints, like their handprints, and then they autographed it. So Michael's handprint and autograph is there, and then we didn't even notice. We looked up and Janice was there. So there's so much stuff that you can do that's Michael related there. Yeah, I think that's the only place we went after, because we went to his house, and then we went to the Wax Museum and the Regis Gallery. Yeah, that's where we went. I'm gonna try to do more stuff this year, like maybe see the tribute show, of course, going to the immersive experience, and there's someone else I'm trying to go to the Monte Cristo house. And there's something else that you could do there. I forgot. There's the old MGM Grand where the Jacksons got their start, or not the Jacksons got their start. Janet got her start. Sorry, y'all. But that's where they did their Vegas shows. So you can go to that one. I swear there's something I'm forgetting. Yo, I'm tripping. How did this slip my mind? It's the Michael Jackson history statue at the Mandalay Bay. Now, they took it down for a little bit, like 2-3 years ago. Then they put it back up and they updated it and made it look a little different. And I made some good memories at that statue, like, just talking and sharing fan stories with other fans and stuff. So yeah, there's so much that you can do that's Michael related there. There is so much. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, I hope to see y'all there this year. If y'all see me, don't hesitate to say hi. You can run up on me and be like, hi Tori, hi Invincible Jackson, whatever you want. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank y'all so much for watching, and thank y'all for all the love and support. Y'all are so amazing. Your support for the Jackson family, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That's how we keep their legacy going. So as always, stay tuned for more content, and I will see y'all next time.
Can you turn up the background a bit? And I like those parts.